Alright, Schlockmeister fans, going to watch a classic here. An American Werewolf in London. Let's check it out. Jack and David are in the UK.
You home? Yeah. Good. Jack. David. You're not having a good time, are you? Oh, I don't know.
They come to the slaughtered lamb.
Hello. Hi. Nice to see you. You ask her. All right, I've been a job to it. No, emergency. It's a painting. A 5-pointed star. It's used for witchcraft. Excuse me. What's that scar on the wall for?
So they basically get kicked out of the bar, and then they get lost in the moors.
Wait a minute. We're lost. Oh, shit, David. What is that? You really scared me, you shithead. You gonna help me up or what?
And when David comes back, Jack is no more with us.
Jack. Where's Jack?
David, I'd like you to prepare yourself. Your friend is dead. What? That lunatic must have been a very fierce fellow. They say a madman has the strength of 10.
Lunatic?
We've given you a pretty strong sedative. Rest now. Nurse Price will see to all your needs.
David is having some pretty strange dreams. More dreams, or in this case, nightmares. And another nightmare.
All right already.
And a dream within a dream.
Holy shit. Can I have a piece of toast? Get the fuck out of here, Jack. Thanks a lot. But I have to warn you. Warn me? We were attacked by a werewolf. I'm not listening to this. On the moors. We were attacked by a lycanthrope.
David hooks up with Alex, the nurse.
Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars of...
Ah! You're not real. I don't be a putz, David. You gotta take your own life. I will not accept this. Go away.
David?
This is not pretend, David. I will not be threatened by a walking meatloaf. It's almost full moon. Give change. You.
And that night, David starts to change.
I didn't mean to call you meatloaf, Jack.
And now David's on the prowl.
Good Lord.
The next morning, David wakes up naked in the zoo, in the wolf cage.
The famous balloon thief.
Why would a thief want to give me £2?
Here, I'll explain it to you. Thank you.
Yes, sir? A naked American man stole my balloon. What?
Meanwhile, the newspapers are showing the report of a string of ghastly murders the night before.
Well, I remember seeing you to the door and then saying goodbye, getting locked out of the flat. Then I came in through the front window. I started to read, and then I woke up naked at the zoo.
So he tries to get himself arrested.
Queen Elizabeth is a man! Prince Charles is a bigot! Winston Churchill is full of shit! That's enough! No! Let go of me! Shakespeare's French! Fuck! Shit! Good shit! Come on, let's...
So he tries to slash his own wrist, but can't do it. And he sees his buddy Jack again. Looking worse as ever. Jack introduces him to the victims that he killed last night.
This is Gerald Bringsley. Gerald's the man you murdered on the subway. We thought it best for you not to see him, as he's a fresh kill and still pretty messy. Yes. How shall I do it?
Sleeping pills?
Not sure enough.
I could hang myself.
No. No, if you did it wrong, it could be painful. You choked to death.
So what? Let him choke.
Do you mind? The man's a friend of mine.
Please.
And he starts to turn again.
Go away. Please. Run.
Some heads are gonna roll. And there's chaos in Piccadilly Circus.
I love you, David.
And that's the end of David. All right, let's talk about An American Werewolf in London. It's one of my all-time favorite movies, or horror movies at the very least. One of my all-time favorite movies, probably, period. I actually saw this movie in the theater, if you can believe that. I was a little kid, and I had a friend of my mom's who loved horror movies, and she knew I liked horror movies, and so she used to take me to some movies. So I saw this, I saw The Howling, I saw Ghost Story, Friday the 13th Part 3. I think I'm missing another one. But anyway, she took me to see An American Werewolf in London, which I absolutely loved. Obviously, it's a great movie. Great special effects, Rick Baker's special effects, and of course, it's funny, too. So anyway, I'm sure everybody's seen this movie, so what more can you say about it? Two guys go to travel across Europe. They get attacked by the werewolves on the moors. They get attacked by a werewolf, I should say. One of them survives. One of them is killed. David, played by David Naughton, survives. And he starts getting visits from his friend Jack, his dead friend Jack, played by Griffin Dunn. Jack tells him that, hey, I'm part of the undead now, and I'm going to remain undead until the werewolf's bloodline is severed. It's you, David. Anybody who is killed by a werewolf kind of met an unnatural death, and they're going to walk the world in limbo, invisible to everybody else until the last werewolf is killed. So he basically tells David, you should kill yourself. Kill yourself. So he doesn't believe it, of course. He thinks that maybe he's hallucinating. He doesn't. Maybe he's still injured. I don't know. But of course, the night of the first full moon, he turns into a werewolf and kills a bunch of people. Now, prior to this, he ended up staying with this nurse that he met. Jenny Agutter played her. She plays Alex. So he did have a place to stay. When he finds out about all these murders that took place, he realizes that yes, indeed, he must be a werewolf. Jack sees him again. Every time we see Jack, he's rotting more and more. He looks worse and worse. They're in this porno theater in Piccadilly Circus, I think it is. And he wolfs out again. And eventually some people come and shoot him in an alley, and that's the end of David, end of our movie. And then Blue Moon plays. So anyway, fantastic, fantastic film. I'm sure everybody has seen this movie. It's available on DVD. It's on Blu-ray. I watched the DVD today. However, I do the scenes I taped from the Blu-ray. Love this movie. Like I said, I saw it in the theater. I remember when I first taped it too. I think I had it on a Sony tape. And I actually was sick from school. I stayed home sick from school when it came on cable. And I actually stayed home sick for a week. I think I was faking sick that week. But I watched it that first day. It was like on Monday. And I watched it literally like 10 days in a row. I watched it every single day. I just loved the film. I think one day I watched it twice. Because why not? It's fantastic. Now, they made a sequel to this, although it may have been a sequel in name only. I'm not sure. An American Werewolf in Paris, which I don't know what, if anything, it had to do with the first one. But I've heard it was not very good at all. But I haven't seen it, so I guess I can't say for sure. But how do you improve on a classic like this? Now, the DVDs and Blu-rays that are out there have a lot of extra stuff on them, like making of and that sort of thing. Although I don't think any of them have ever had any like extra scenes, bonus scenes, that sort of thing, which is too bad, because I wish there was some extended scenes to some movies like this, because I love them. So anyway, I think Rick Baker earned the first Academy Award for special effects for his work on this film here. And they were incredible. I mean, you don't see special effects like that anymore, because they were done by hand with, and you know, with whatever they use, I don't know. Now there's a lot of CGI stuff, and it just doesn't happen that way anymore. So this was old school, and it was fantastic. It was very believable, and apparently he and Jack were in makeup for like 6 hours when they had these scenes. That transformation scene is one of the best you will ever find in a movie. So anyway, that's pretty much it. It's an American Werewolf in London. It's one of my all-time favorite films. I'm sure most of you enjoyed it as well, because it's freaking awesome, right? So anyway, let me know what you think about it. And leave some comments down below, and we'll go from there. You know, the other question is, why wasn't the song Werewolves in London in this movie? I think I know why. Because every song in this movie had the word moon in the title, and that one doesn't have it. Check it out. Leave some comments down below. Watch it. Bye.